Now, to try and demystify this a little bit, so anyone that's ever owned a stock, right, a public equity or a stock certificate in a company, that stock represents your share of that company's capital, right? So a company has certain plant, equipment, IP, whatever the assets are on the balance sheet of that company, net of the liabilities, you have the equity, right? That is what the equity certificate or the stock certificate represents, is your share of that company's capital. Now, no one in their right mind would ever want a quote unquote elastic stock certificate that some other shareholder could print new shares of and dilute you. That they could just arbitrarily increase their ownership in the business and simultaneously dilute your ownership interest in the company's capital stock. That would be nonsense. We would not tolerate that whatsoever. Yet in money, you could think of money as like a stock certificate in the share of global capital, right? It represents a fractional share of how much purchasing power you have, so how much power you can go out to purchase the goods and capital available in the global marketplace. If one quote unquote shareholder can print themselves new shares of money to enrich themselves and debase you, that is as asinine as having an elastic stock certificate. The one shareholder class can print themselves new shares and debase another. To have capitalism, you need ownership and strong private property rights. Printing money is a violation of private property rights.
That's like somebody coming and taking away part of your lot away. 1/3 of this acre is mine now. It's one of the reasons I don't buy stocks, because I've issued stocks. I'm an entrepreneur. And we printed them all the time. It was completely debasement. You know what I mean? We just printed more shares of stocks so we could sell more shares. We do it legally, please hear me, but I didn't like it.
The dilution on the cap table was pro rata, which means every person that owned a percentage of that company was diluted proportionately.
Right.
What I'm saying with the printing of money is that it's not proportionate whatsoever. There's
Right.
one group that's expanding their ownership and they're diluting another group. So central bank shareholders expand their purchasing power at the expense of savers or users of the currency.
Correct.
It's a totally rigged game.
They're stealing our wealth via our money. There's another thing called the Cantillon effect. The closer you are to those who print the money, the richer you get. What is a Cantillon effect?
Those who receive the newly printed money first or earliest benefit at the expense of those who receive it later or last. So as money enters broader circulation, prices start to increase, right? Goods and capital get bid up. So those that are buying at low prices before that money enters circulation and bids up prices are benefiting. They're increasing their capital position at the expense of those that receive it later. Money printing is one of the primary means by which the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.